First scene features Ninan Okamura, a high school girl. Her classmates bully her because of her appearance. Ninan's bangs cover her eyes, preventing her from making eye contact with others. Ninan has a crush on Yuji Kira, a handsome classmate. On the other hand, Yuji has heart disease and doesn't have much time left. Ninan comes across Yuji in the park one day, assisting a bird in flight. Soon after, Yuji sobs, saying he does not want to die. After hearing this, Ninan approaches Yuji and nervously expresses her love for him. She also cuts her bangs, revealing her eyes, and vows to stay with him until the end. Yuji does not respond because he is both perplexed and shocked. Ninan then flees as a result of her nervousness. Ninan returns home, and her mother compliments her on her new bangs. She enters her room and converses with her parrot. Ninan expresses her feelings about Yuji, who lifted her bangs and placed a heart-shaped sticker on her forehead. She is overjoyed when Yuji compliments her on her beauty. Ninan wishes to spend time with him and make him happy. She is, however, extremely perplexed, and she believes she is being paranoid. The next day, Ninan walks towards school, where she sees Yuji waiting for her. She cannot believe her eyes when she sees Yuji standing next to her. Ninan tells herself that he is more attractive up close than he is from a distance. They soon arrive at school, where everyone is surprised to see them together. Later in class, Yuji approaches her and learns about her parrot. He eventually discovers that Ninan adores animals. Ninan and Yuji go to the zoo after school, but Ninan is still nervous about Yuji. He asks Ninan to be his guide, and Ninan, an animal lover, shows him around, sharing information about the animals. Ninan talks non-stop as her nervousness fades away for a moment, but they soon enter a photography room to take their pictures. Yuji pulls her towards him, making her shy, and they take a picture together. Ninan remembers her wonderful day when she returns home, and a few moments later, she overhears her parents discussing Yuji's disease and his short life. This is when Ninan considers making him the happiest person alive till the end. The following day, they both walk to school together. On the way, Yuji's friend, Mio Yahagi, approaches him. Mio and Ninan meet, and Mio attempts to make Ninan jealous by claiming that she has been sleeping with Yuji for years. But Yuji quickly clears the air by stating that Mio is his hospital bed neighbor. Following that, they proceed to their class. A few moments later, Yuji's friend, Kazuhiro Yabe, approaches Ninan and asks if they're dating, to which she quickly replies, no. Later, Ninan learns that Yuji's birthday is coming, so she inquires with Yabe about Yuji's birthday. She then rushes back home and begins making plans for Yuji's birthday. Ninan bakes and decorates a beautiful birthday cake. Seeing this, her parents assume that she has made new friends and are delighted. The following day, Ninan distributes the invitation cards to Yuji's close friends. Finally, the day of the birthday celebration arrives. Ninan decks out an entire restaurant with flowers, balloons, and birthday decorations. Ninan's friends arrive at the birthday party and compliment her lovely decorations a few moments later. Mio also shows up at the party, but she doesn't seem to like Ninan since their first meeting. After noticing the birthday cake, Mio takes Ninan to the corner and scolds her. She tells her that she should be careful about Yuji's health problems and shouldn't be giving him cakes to eat. Ninan listens to Mio innocently and apologizes to her, claiming that she was unaware of it. Meanwhile, Yuji arrives at the party and is taken aback by the elaborate arrangements. Everyone wishes him and has a good time at the party. Ninan stays behind and observes Yuji having fun with his friends. Yuji and his friends walk back home after the party. On his way back, Yuji doesn't see Ninan and inquires with his friends about her. Mio informs him that she had left early. Yuji eventually discovers that Ninan was the one who planned the entire birthday party. On the way, Yuji meets Ninan's mother, who informs him that it is Ninan's birthday today. She also thanks Yuji for celebrating Ninan's birthday, mistaking him for the party's organizer. Hearing this, Yuji becomes sad and starts looking for Ninan. Yuji feels guilty for not knowing her birthday, even though she planned a special birthday party for him. He begins to look for Ninan everywhere. On the other hand, Ninan is sitting on a beach, trying to persuade herself that she couldn't give Yuji a beautifully decorated cake. She is about to toss the cake into the garbage can when Yuji intervenes. Ninan is taken aback when she sees Yuji, who warns her not to leave without permission from now on. Yuji takes the cake box from her grasp and unboxes it. He becomes emotional after seeing a lovely cake with his name on it. He removes his shirt and reveals a tattoo on his back. Yuji claims he obtained behind it to demonstrate he's not weak. He shares he has always felt alone, even though people surround him. Yuji continues by saying that he has always thought of death, but Ninan has made him smile unexpectedly. He then expresses his desire to be with her, to which she gladly agrees. Finally, Yuji kisses her and wishes her happy birthday. The next day, Yuji stands in front of the class and declares Ninan to be his girlfriend, warning everyone not to mess with her any longer. They begin to spend time together and appear to have a good relationship. On the occasion of Christmas, they exchange gifts. Ninan keeps a daily notebook in which she writes everything. Yabe invites Yuji to accompany him home from school one day, but he declines, claiming that Ninan is waiting. He also tells Yabe that having a girlfriend is a good thing. Time passes, and it is now January 1st. Yuji and Ninan are sitting in a restaurant when Mio and Yabe arrive. Yabe appears to be drawn to Mio, whereas Mio is irritated to see Ninan with Yuji. Hence, when Yuji isn't present, Mio displays a photograph of Yuji and her sleeping together. Devastated by the picture, Ninan flees the scene immediately. When Yuji finds out about it, he rushes to Ninan and convinces her that there is nothing between him and Mio. The misunderstanding is resolved, but Ninan expresses her jealousy. Yuji thinks it is adorable and asks if he can kiss her. Meanwhile, Mio and Yabe arrive and see how happy they both are. Yabe also tries, but fails to impress Mio. Just when everyone seems to be happy, Yuji suddenly experiences chest pain, prompting them to summon an ambulance and transport him to the hospital. Following this, Mio informs Ninan that days like this will occur frequently, and she can escape if she desires. Ninan responds that she adores Yuji and will remain with him indefinitely. Hearing this, Mio becomes impressed and finally accepts Ninan as a friend. Meanwhile, Yuji's father arrives at the hospital and stays with Yuji. In the next scene, as Mio and Ninan walk back home, Mio reveals that Yuji needs surgery, but he has decided not to do it. She says that Yuji's surgery is hazardous and could result in his death right away. On the other hand, Yuji regains consciousness and discovers his father beside him. His father asks if he's uncomfortable somewhere, but Yuji says he's okay. His father then inquires about Ninan, to which Yuji responds that he has discovered the meaning of life because of her. Ninan is at home thinking about Yuji when she receives a message from him saying he is sorry for today. Ninan grins as she reads the message. She also sends him a message inquiring about what he needs for the upcoming Valentine's Day. Yuji, in the hospital, smiles as he receives the message and responds, Ninan. On Valentine's Day, they both go for a short walk in the evening. After a while, Ninan invites Yuji to her house because her parents are not present. Yuji looks perplexed after hearing this, but he goes to her house. They are about to kiss each other at her home when Ninan's parents arrive and inform them that their plans have been canceled. After a while, her father asks her mother and her to excuse them so that he can speak with Yuji alone. Her father initially expresses gratitude to Yuji for becoming friends with Ninan, but he disapproves of their relationship. He also tells Yuji that if their relationship develops further, Ninan will find it more difficult to move on after he is gone. After hearing all of this, Yuji departs in sadness. Ninan rushes to stop Yuji, but her father stops her. She inquires as to whether he said anything hurtful to Yuji. Her father advises her to consider the future, but Ninan is unconcerned. She yells at her father, declaring that she will always be with Yuji. Her father slaps her immediately upon hearing this. Ninan then goes outside to look for Yuji but cannot find him. The next day, Ninan walks to the spot where Yuji used to wait for her, but she doesn't see him this time. She goes to school by herself, but she doesn't see Yuji there as well. Worried, Ninan requests Yabe to contact Yuji, but the phone does not connect. Meanwhile, Yabe receives a call from Mio and informs him that she knows where they might find Yuji. Yabe then tells Ninan to stay and promises to bring Yuji back. In the next scene, Yabe dashes towards the graveyard where Yuji's mother is buried. On his way, he recalls Yuji telling him that he wanted to give Ninan a precious gift, a promise of the future. He then finds Yuji in the graveyard, as expected, and attempts to persuade Yuji to return to Ninan. On the other hand, Yuji tells Yabe everything and firmly believes that her father is correct. Yabe continues to claim that Ninan has a future. Yuji disagrees with it and says they can no longer be together. After hearing this, Yabe yells at him, saying that no one can guarantee the future and that his chances of survival are not nil. Yuji is finally convinced after hearing all of this and thanks Yabe for coming to see him. Yabe then leads Yuji towards Ninan, while Mio leads Ninan towards Yuji. Yuji. Yabe takes Yuji to a church where he meets Mio. Soon after, he is surprised to see Ninan dressed up as a bride. Yuji hugs her tightly before she speaks. He then confesses his feelings for Ninan and informs her that he wishes to marry her. Ninan also agrees, stating that she also wishes to marry him. Following this, Yuji decides to have surgery to live with Ninan in the future. Both of them are delighted and about to kiss when Yuji's father and Ninan's parents intervene. This time, Ninan's father is on their side and everyone is rooting for them. As a result, they get married happily. In the next scene, Ninan rushes to Yabe in class with a letter from Yuji in her hand. Yuji describes the United States and the hospital where he is being treated for his surgery in the letter. Ninan also returns the letter to Yuji, stating that Yabe and Mio are now together. They then communicate through letters, expressing their love for one another. Ninan is concerned after learning that Yuji's surgery is scheduled for next month. Time passes, and the day arrives when Ninan can meet Yuji. She rushes and runs to the exact location where Yuji used to wait for her. Ninan initially fails to locate him and decides to depart sadly. But then she hears a voice from behind and notices Yuji. They are both overjoyed to see each other and walk hand in hand. Make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications so you can watch more videos like this. Thanks for watching.